This episode is sponsored by CD Fairfield, the UK's property debt specialists. Not that property investing could ever go wrong. Click the link in the description. You know the score by now. In the Get Rich or Die Buying series, I'm investing my own money so you can see what works and what doesn't. In this episode, I'm investing in 2 properties to see if I can make a quick profit. As the saying goes, property investment is as safe as houses. I'm Mike Winnet, this is Get Rich or Die Buying.
Property is the highest value medium of exchange through which you can make a lot of money.
Talking about flipping homes tonight and making money.
Who on earth would sell into this market, Miles?
The number of sellers coming to market down 18%.
Believe it or not, house flipping is heating up right along with today's home prices.
You can pay off bills, go nice places, get your dream house, and you can achieve those things relatively quickly with flipping houses.
White people renovating houses.
In fact, a growing number of flippers are now seeing record returns.
Getting that landlord money. A back-to-brick property flip goes like this. You identify a below-market value property, also known as a BMV. You tidy it up, and then you sell it on for a profit. Ideally, you're looking for a property where the purchase price and the renovation costs will be around 80% of the refurbished value. Sounds easy, right? To hit those numbers, you're looking for a property with a discounted purchase price and the potential to add value. This allows you to either flip the property for a quick profit or recycle your cash by refinancing at a higher value. So for this episode, I identified Newton Willows as a great place to invest. It's got a brand new railway station that they spent £8 million upgrading, and great links to both Manchester and Liverpool. In the high street, it's got all the amenities you could ever ask for. Chippy, takeaway, pub, barbers, hat shop, and property prices are much lower when compared to the far more beautiful and affluent Warrington area. So now all I had to do was find a property that was below market value. Doing general searches on the usual property websites rarely result in a bargain, and the homes under the hammer effect, auctions aren't as effective as they once were. So I recommend getting to know the local agents if you want to get a deal before it's on Rightmove. It's a bit more work, but by letting them know the type of property you are looking for, there's a chance they'll bring the best deals to you before you're in competition with other investors. I ended up viewing 2 houses on the same street and had my offers accepted before they were put on Rightmove. So part of our property strategy is to get different types of houses. So we bought 2 terrace houses in Newton Willows, and we're going to take these 2 back to brick. Then we're going to get it up with estate agents and get them rented out as soon as possible. As far as this goes compared to our other investments, like crypto, affiliate marketing, stocks and shares, we think this is the least risky of all the things we're currently invested in. I got property 1 for $65,000, and the second was slightly more expensive at $75,000. After fees, surveys and searches, that took my total spend and investment to £146,000. I searched local area for refurbished properties similar to this, and they were selling for between £110,000 and £115,000. So there's a decent chance I would make a small amount of profit. Now I'm a YouTuber and social media dimfluencer, I don't want to get these pretty little hands dirty, so I needed a real man to do the build for me. I used a site called Trusted Trader, got 3 quotes and settled on Ant from Altrincham. We tried to get him to introduce himself and his business, but he hates being on camera.
Unless you just want to say, it's not like this, it's not.
But he did let us film some of his team doing the builds. So we're halfway through the build, we've come down to check with Anthony, our builder, to see where they're up to. there's any problems and how long it's going to be before we can start renting this property out. Come and have a look.
Make sure you get the good side.
Yeah. We'll try. Alright, going in, yeah? So in this room we found out that it actually had a sloping floor. So we've had to have a new concrete floor put in, which was an expense that we weren't expecting. So that's one thing. And then also we need a new Corsa damp proof. So that's what will be going in today, just around the bottom. So there's hidden things that you might end up having to pay for that we didn't really budget for. So that's eating into our profit margin. We might as well flush our profits down the pan. And it wasn't just the floor we had problems with, as the builders told us one of the roofs needed to be replaced. So we've opened up the fireplace there. So period feature, and then we're going to take this wall out now, build an extension. That's going to be a big kitchen down. Let's have a look upstairs. The cost for the work on property number 1 came to £36,000. With the unexpected replacement roof on property 2, the refurb costs came to £41,000. Despite using a trusted surveyor, things can get missed, and I think newbies, when they're at the edge of their budget, can get caught out when a scenario like the roof pops up. That's why a contingency fund is so important. So we are on our way to Newton-le-Willows, as we have just received a call from the builder to hand over one of our back-to-brick refurbished properties. So here we are at a mid-terrace house that we bought in Newton-le-Willows, just outside of Warrington. And this was our first back-to-brick refurbishment. So let's see what it looks like now the builders have finished up and handed over the keys. New central heating's gone in. We've had new flooring put down, new doors, new electrics. So in here, originally, this was the back wall. So we've had this wall taken out, we've had it opened up, and we've had this extension put on so we could fit in a kitchen diner, make better use of the space. Obviously we've got skylights in there to let a bit more light get into this side of the room. Kitchen's been installed, so this is onto the back garden now. And then we've had to keep the bathroom downstairs. I was really happy with the refurbs and how the properties turned out. This bit might look remarkably like Homes Under the Hammer. We asked the local agent to come in and give us a valuation. Can we put the Homes Under the Hammer music in this bit? So you've had a look round, first back to brick refurb, so what do you think value-wise?
So I think valuation would be between 110, 120,000, something along those lines, and for rental value, I would say around the 575 mark. It's done really nicely, obviously back to brick, brand new kitchen, great bedroom sizes, Velux windows and that kind of stuff is exactly what people want in a renovation. So good kitchen, breakfast room, yeah, it's perfect really for rental. And close to the station at Earlstown, so just what you want for links to Liverpool and Manchester.
So that's a profit of just over £18,000 on property number 1. So this one is number 9, it's not quite finished yet, still a bit more work to go, but hopefully this will be on the market in about 4 weeks' time. So what do you think we could get for this?
So I'd say because it's a little bit closer to the high street, obviously it's going to have an upstairs bathroom, finished to the same standard as the other one, so I would say you'll get around the £600 mark for this per month. Yeah, no problem at all.
And what about value if you wanted to sell it? What do you think?
So value in terms of selling it, I would say I'd probably stick to the 120-ish mark, maybe stick it at 122.5, something like that, and come down to the 120.
That means if we sold both properties, we've got a potential profit of between £10,000 and £20,000. If we decide to keep the properties and rent them out, we'll get a rental value of between £575 per calendar month and £600 per calendar month on each property. If you've had to arrange a mortgage, you'll have to deduct these fees from your rental income. Now, before you property virgins get a boner and think you're rolling in cash, don't forget you also need to factor in managing agent costs of between 8 and 10%, landlord insurance and general wear and tear. Personally, I like to keep 10% back just in case the tenants piss on the carpet or smash up your boiler. So is there anything that you think we should have done differently if we're going to do more of these in the future?
I'd say you've done a great job. I'd recommend always taking it back to brick, I think. And yeah, everything's neutral colours, it's what you want. So yes, obviously the back garden needs to be finished off, but inside I think it's a great job. Some people do want upstairs bathrooms, but then you get the trade-off for the size of bedrooms, so it doesn't matter so much for a rental, I would say. But if you can, having an upstairs bathroom always helps.
So I'm going to give property flipping a get rich or die buying score of 7.5 out of 10. After doing these back to brick refurbishments and seeing some of the things that can go wrong and some of the delays, I think I'll stick to my other property investment strategy, which is buying ready to go or turnkey opportunities, where you can start earning from day one and the property has already been renovated by someone else. If you want to see more about those types of properties, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and we're going to be releasing properties based in the UK and also overseas. Don't forget to leave a comment and let us know what wins or losses you've had on any property investments you've done. Thanks to our sponsors CD Fairfield. If your property is in negative equity or you've got landlord debts, don't forget to click the link in the description.